Hello. Okay, we're live. I hope people are watching. Tell me if it's a little bit dark. Tell me if you want me to change sound or filter. Let's go pop, shall we? Yay. Okay. Ooh. Hello, Anthony. My newest darkling. Hello. Hello. Keeps telling me to say invite, and I don't know what that means. But hi. Tamika. Piper. Piper's one of my favourite people. Lovely person, beautiful soul. And she's my office sister. Tamika, hello, sweetie. No worries, I know you're busy. Hi, Piper. Love you too. Mwah. I wish I could give you a bit cuddle. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join and then we'll start the video properly. If you can invite people, please do. I've got a book bundle to give away. Or a few book bundles. A few prizes. I think I overdid it with the shimmer. Too late to do anything about it now. Oh, thank you, Piper. You too. You do so much for the community that you write for. And I hope you're enjoying Pride Week. Thank you, Hussein. I think that's Hussein. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. But thank you. Brian. Yes. Vince. Hi, Vince. How you doing? Well, we've got quite a few people in. Can I just start the video by saying that my heart goes out to all those affected by the Grenfell fire. What a horrible, horrible thing to happen. And it's been a while. Hussein from Morocco. Morocco, wow. Thank you from Morocco. Nice to meet you. It's been a while since I've done videos and a lot's happened in the UK since I did a video. We've started Brexit. I voted to remain, just for the record. So good luck to the government in sorting that one out. The Manchester bombings, my heart goes out to every single one of those, Chloe, every single one of those people affected by the Manchester bombings. I've got my Union Jack t-shirt on with my butterflies to show my support for all those affected by the tragedies that have happened in the UK lately. I hope that's the end of the tragedies for this year. Yeah, so I'm going to talk books. I'm going to talk about my new relationship. I'm going to give away a few book bundles to people who want them. And I'm going to say hi to a few of you. Thank you, Brian. Brian, Nicolajayne is one of my all-time favourite Darklings. Can't get the volume on. Can everybody else hear me? Yes, talk books. What's up next? Thank you, Piper. I've got a release in July 14th. Vince, I'll get a book bundle sent to you right away as soon as I finish the video. Nice one, Brian. So we're gonna have a coffee with each other. So I hope you all sat down with a nice coffee. Thank you, Piper. From Texas. Joe, I really want to go to Texas when I come over. Yeah, my next release is July 14th, and it's called The Ancient Ones. I'm really, really excited because my betas have loved what I've done. It's a completely different style. It's a different feel. I've added fantasy into the mix of horror and erotica, and I'm excited to hear and read what everybody else thinks as well. Brian's one of my favourite Darklings because he shares everything I do, and he's really enjoyed beta reading for me and giving me my next book because he wanted to know more about the gods and the goddesses. So I'm going to compile a collection of novellas featuring the individual gods. So the Queen of the Druids is going to feature Joanna. Vin's Coffee with Hazelnut. Yes. Oh, lush. I like a latte with coconut syrup in. Coconut lattes, they're going to be a thing. You should try them. So the Queen of the Druids features Druanta, which is a tree goddess native to Britain. And she features in The Ancient Ones and tasks the main character to go and dig up the other Ancient Ones to defeat the Triad that want to bring on a reign of darkness and unleash Lilith. So, German, Enrique, horror and erotica sounds very interesting. It is. I don't like reading books that say, oh, he grabbed her, gave her a passionate kiss, pulled her towards the bedroom, chapter 20, you know, and then don't give any of the details. That really pisses me off. So I get a bit graphic with my characters, or they get graphic with me, and I just write what they... Brian, I'm going to dedicate the Queen of the Druids to you. There is another surprise in the book, but you'll have to wait until the release for that. Because you gave me the inspiration for it, and I appreciate that. I listen to my Darklings, and I read every comment, I read every review, and I really appreciate it. Even when, you know, say somebody's got an issue with one of the books, maybe there's a typo, maybe there's you know, maybe there's an issue with one of the characters. I like reading those kind of comments as well because it helps me grow as an author and correct what's wrong more than anything else. So I love my beta readers at the minute. I love my Darklings. Okay, Piper, see you again soon. Big love. Lots of love. Milena. Hi. So yeah, I'm looking forward to The Ancient Ones being released, and as I say, I'm writing a collection of novellas. The Ancient Ones is part of a collection called Giga's Guardians. They're going to be full novels, but they're not going to clash so much with each other. So you can read them in any order. You don't need to read like book 1 to understand book 2. They'll feature completely different characters. The only main thing about the collection is the organisation, the Gigas Guardians. So, yeah, lots of books to come with that. Angela, well, I love you. It's asking me to invite. I don't know where. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Facebook has got a lot of new features on this video malarkey. So you have to excuse me if I click something wrong or don't address something. Let me know if there's any issues, sound, lighting, let me know, because it's 9 p.m. even here, and I did have the light off, and just because it was good daylight, and just as I was about to start filming, it went a bit shady. So lights on. Kind of makes me look a bit tanned, and like I overdid the glimmer. Hello, Chloe. You don't do public after a 10-hour shift. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't do public neither after a 10-hour shift. But then again, I've been writing all day, so it's kind of a 10-hour shift. You just can sit back and enjoy me making an idiot out of myself. But I like doing these videos because I like getting to speak to my betas and darklings. I wish Scott Karuba would come in. If somebody wants to invite him, I don't know how to invite. He might be busy writing. I hope you lot are enjoying my blog, because it's brand new and I'm just learning to get to grips with it. Thank you, Brian, and I'm enjoying featuring authors, especially the ones that help me out, and you know, Scott is a great darkling of mine. I absolutely love him to bits. And Jen Nixon, one of my all-time favourite authors. She does a series called Mind, and if you're into sci-fi and romance, you need to read it. Hey Scott, how you doing, love? Thank you for joining. Vince, this is very cool. Thank you for being open to us and inviting us into your day. Well, thank you for sitting down and having a coffee with me. I enjoy getting to know people. If you want to know anything, just ask away. Thank you, Scott. Glad to hear it. Did you enjoy the blog? Because I'm enjoying that blog. I'm enjoying having all my links in the same place. I'm enjoying presenting my books in the same place. And I love giving a shout out to authors that help me and support me, because it means so much. As an indie author, it's very hard these days to stand up against so many great authors, you know. But I work hard, and I try to make sure that I've researched all the subjects in my book thoroughly and made sure that everything is cohesive, from the images you see of me to the covers to the content. I'm hoping to get a merchandise range going soon. So I hope you'll all enjoy that. So that's my plans for 2017 and 18. release the ancient ones, get myself a merchandise range, and maybe attend a convention or two. I'm gonna do, I want to do a calendar. I want the proceeds to go to charity. Lena, one of my favourite people. And I want cups, key rings, bookmarks, and I want them to reflect the books, but I also want them to reflect me as an author as well. Lena, happy birthday for yesterday, darling. I hope you had a lovely day. You'll have to excuse me because I'm using my iPhone sat in front of my PC that doesn't have a webcam. I managed to wedge the selfie stick into position so it can't stay still. But as some of you know, I had a disastrous week a couple of weeks ago. I went to a business meeting, got absolutely soaked, and I mean absolutely soaked. But I met somebody who I started dating, and I'm still, I don't know what you call it dating, but we're seeing each other, and he makes me very happy. I didn't see it yet, Lena. I'm gonna go and have a look in a short while, because I did promise people I'll be doing this video, so I had to do it come 9 o'clock. So my disastrous week was a mixed bag of the good with the bad, I suppose. My phone busted on the Wednesday. I nearly lost everything on my PC on the Tuesday. So I couldn't text the person I was dating to let them know, sorry, can't reply to you, phone's gone. When I got my phone back, even though it's working, the battery is absolutely shot. So I've had to keep it plugged in, wedged on the selfie stick so you can all see, because the webcam on my laptop's not that great quality. So it was a toss-up of the iPhone camera or the laptop camera. Thank you, Lena, and thank you, Scott. Yeah, we only see each other at weekends, and it's all brand new. I enjoy this bit, getting to know somebody. You know, even if it doesn't work out, you're learning about somebody as a friend, or you're learning something new. And even if you have a bad experience, as long as you learn something, it's all good. Brian, how old are you? I'm 36. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 36. I should have made you all guess, shouldn't I? So I'm old enough to know better, Brian. Now, who minds if I smoke? Let me know. I mean, I'm a horror author, you know? I have some vices. I like that one, Brian. Exactly. Lena, it's either a lesson or a blessing. I like that one. Chloe, it's rude to ask a lady. Thank you for the compliment, calling me a lady, Chloe. Chloe's my best friend, by the way. She's my wife. Yes, Scott, we are allowed vices. Brian, my BF vapes. He has pink lemonade flavour. Stinks. I'd rather have a cigarette. But my brother's also got a vape as well. And I'm thinking of doing it because, especially these last couple of weeks, my asthma's been playing up because of the weather. It's been really warm and stuffy, and idiot me said to my doctor, I don't need these antihistamines, they don't do anything for me. So he took me off them, and then I suffered for a couple of weeks. I've just gone back on them. Scott, better get to drinking. Exactly. If I had the money, I would have had a bottle of wine tonight. Maybe. No, I've still got some in the fridge, but I want to save it till weekend. Lena, go for it. Marlboro. Do you know what? I used to smoke them, as well as Royals. Oh, Brian, you just said my favourite flavour. Cherry. Anything cherry, I'm nuts for. Especially dark cherry. I don't know if you had them in America, but the equivalent, I imagine, was Tootsie Pops. But we used to get dark cherry lollipops over here, and they were... I could still go through them. But yeah, I think, Joe, when I was younger, I used to think if I ever became a horror writer, I'd have to smoke, drink Jack Daniels, sit there with moody lighting and moody music and, you know, old-fashioned typewriter. Vince, that's a good question. When did I first start writing? Well, I started writing in high school, I suppose. I love just messing around with other people's stories and like fan fiction, I suppose, at the time. I didn't really take it seriously until 3 years ago when my mum died, and in a vain attempt to hide away from reality, I picked up the laptop and just began writing, and I started writing The Curse of Mary. And 6 months later, when I hit the end, you know, I sent it to my publisher, Miss Sarah Brandon Davis, who I absolutely adore. She's my mum from another lifetime. I just adore her to pieces. She's signed me, and I've been with them ever since. And Crushing Hearts and Black Butterfly, the imprint Vampirsy, and Hot Ink and Compass Ink, and they're all just fantastic publishers, and yeah, I'm very privileged to be with them. So yeah. So as horror authors, I know I've got Scott, who's a horror author. I have Lena, horror author. What is your inspiration? Tell me what you find inspiring, or set the scene for when you sit down to write. What do you do? What music do you listen to? Okay, Lena, nice speaking to you. Love you lots. And Michael Mara, hello. Nice to see you in chat. Music. See, I get distracted by music. Scott, generally from my dreams. Rarely do I listen to music when I write. See, I'm exactly the same as that. I can't listen to music when I write because I just end up getting zoned into the tunes. But I have a rain app that lets me listen to the rain, and I absolutely love sitting there with a phone behind me slightly and listening to the rain as I type, because it can play like a thunderstorm effect. Yeah, same here, Scott. I tried, like, when I was writing the prequel, I did try some like medieval music just to try and see if it did anything. The only thing it did was just distract me, so usually I have the TV on in the background and it's just there to give me a sense of grounding, I suppose. But I really do enjoy my Rain app. Full orchestrations. Well, Brian, you're going to have to send me a link to some of the music you listen to. I remember when I was writing The Cult of Desires, I listened to a opera, and I've forgotten the name of it now, but that set the tone. Vince, when you write, do you listen to early Black Sabbath, Saxon? I do have a lot of Black Sabbath, and I have Def Leppard, and I have an eclectic sense of music, so I listen to a lot of stuff, but not when I'm writing. Scott listens to some soundtracks, and the one for a girl with the dragon tattoo. Oh yes, and Hannibal definitely had a great soundtrack. I'm really peeved that they cancelled that because people were saying it was too gruesome. It's like, or too artsy. I love artsy stuff, and I love, you know, we're coming up to a generation of people within music now that, you know, they're learning the business as well as the artistry, because they're cutting on that to be an indie artist or author, you need to know the business. What you do is about making money as much as it is sharing your art. So, and you know, I'm seeing a lot of artsy videos, and I'm seeing a lot of artsy thought going into presenting music as an art form again. And I hope we get to see that in books as well, a lot more in the next few years, that, you know, it is an art and it should be well thought out and expressional, but also give the reader an open playing field to take what they want from it. Brian, Alina, hi baby, how you doing? Thank you for saying hi. One day when I get over to America, me and Scott are going to go on a date. Me and Brian are going to go for a drink. Is that a deal, you lot? Did that make you smile, Scott? I'd go on a date with you any day of the week. I'd ditch the boyfriend if I'm coming over there. But yeah, I want to go on tour around America. Believe me, he wouldn't. He wouldn't cross me. He's scared of me because I'm a horror writer. He thinks I'm going to chop him up at some point and put him in the back garden. So, two horror authors. He's got no chance. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott. When I come over there, I'll come and stay with you. And then when you come over here, you come and stay with me. And we'll do a tour together, shall we? I'll show you the sights around UK. I'll take you down to Stonehenge, even though there's not much there. But it's just good to see an ancient British monument, I think. And where else would you like to see? I'll take you down to London. It's a fantastic place. Lots of different cultures to be experienced, and go down Leicester Square. Cheese rolling. Oh yeah, Chloe. Scott, I'll take you down to Gloucester. You go cheese rolling in Gloucester. It's an ancient pastime. Like the Queen. Yeah, we could take you to Buckingham Palace. Vince, if you could spend an hour with any author, past or present, who would it be? Oh, do you know what? I think Stephen King. I don't know why. Or maybe if it was somebody from the past, Edgar Allan Poe. Because I just think, and Hancock. I absolutely love watching Hancock films. Even though I suppose, I don't know. Yeah, King, Edgar Allan Poe, Hancock, and all the authors that I'm friends with now, because you're all awesome. I know that sounded cheesy, but you know, we were just talking about cheese rolling, so I just thought I'd theme it well. Vince, what kind of books do you like reading? Do you like reading horror? See, I like historical stuff as well, so I'm very much into my history, mythology, paranormal. I love watching those videos on YouTube. You know, top 10 ghost sightings. Or okay, Scott, thank you for coming. You take care of yourself, darling. I'll speak to you soon. Oh, got some more people joining. Getting busy. We've been rolling for half an hour, so I'm going to stay for another half an hour because I've drank half of my coffee. So we've got another half an hour. Well, Vince, if you like medieval, you'd love The Curse of Mary. It's set in the 15th century, the beginning of it. And it has a trip through time. It goes into the 1800s and then early 1900s and then into modern day. So I cover a lot of history. And the prequel is set in the Iron Age and ends in the 15th century. And I enjoyed doing the prequel to that. There's plenty of links on my page, Vince, if you want to go and check them out. Oh, I'm going to give you a book bundle. So when the video is finished, I'll message you and send you a bundle of my books. But share everything, share the video, share the posts. And if you'd be so kind, if you do choose to read them, and post a review when you're finished. Reviews are so important to authors, you know. Thank you, Vince. Because, you know, even if you get a 1 star and the person lets you know that they weren't that keen on it, you shouldn't take it as an insult. You should just pass it off as that book wasn't for that person. Or maybe they highlighted something that they had a major issue with, and you know, in future, just to maybe either word it a bit differently or to cover, you know, skim over certain topics. I would never censor myself just because. But I would be considerate to people's sensitivities on certain subjects, especially with sex. When writing the erotica stuff, people get, I don't know, can be a bit oversensitive when it comes to that sometimes. So how many people have I still got in chat? I've got Vince, I hope Brian's still about, and Chloe. I think I saw Sam and couple of others. You need to pop in the chat and say hi. You too, Vince. Love you lots. It's been really nice to speak to you and get to know you a little bit. But I will message you as soon as I finish the video with the books. Rest assured. Thank you, Brian. I enjoy watching you share. Andrew Angel, hello! What a lovely name. Andrew Angel. I like that a lot. Makes a good name for a character, don't you think? Where are you from, Andrew? You have to excuse me, I had an apple before I started the video. You're welcome. I wish it told me how many views I had. I wonder what that does. Sheffield. Oh, so you're UK. Hello to Sheffield. I did actually ask for some UK viewers. I've got Chloe. And now I've got somebody from Sheffield. Emma Cahill. Hello, sweetie. And another one from the UK. Emma lived down the same street as me when I lived in Southport. Say hello to the little baby for me. Every time I see pictures of him, I want to pinching cheeks time. He looks adorable. So, well, congratulations. You'll have to post a link to me, Chloe, or post, you know, tell me now so I can read it out to people and give everybody a laugh. It's getting a bit dark in here. I wonder. No filter. Is that better, people? Okay. No, get off. Okay. Was a little snippet. A little joke snippet. Oh, you've got to tell me in the chat now. Thank you, Emma. I'm pretty well at the minute. I've been looking after myself a lot better. I'm not drinking as much alcohol as I'd like to. I've got myself an exercise ball, so I've been typing, but I've also been doing my exercise on the ball. From Chloe, what does a game of bridge have in common with a relationship? I don't know, Chloe. Vince, when you get writer's block, how or what do you do to end it? See, I don't believe in writer's block. I think as an author, you need to be good to yourself. And if you're struggling, you need to take a step back, go and watch whatever it is on TV, or go and listen to some music, or go and spend time with some friends. Take a break, and even if it's a week or 2 weeks, if you've got a deadline, that's a bit harder, but I will, Emma, of course I will. He's working a lot at the minute, so it's as and when I catch him, we'll both eat a banana or a good ham. Like Chloe, that's a good one, that. So yeah, as an author, you need to be good to yourself. Take a break, take a step back, give yourself a week, come back to the document, and reread what you've wrote and sit there and really consider why you ended up hitting a wall. Because maybe if you hit a wall, maybe you need to rethink the last chapter or the last few paragraphs. I think before you start a book, you really need to be structured. So you need to know how many chapters you want to write in it. Like I've just started The Queen of the Druids. It's a novella, and I'm aiming for 20 chapters, which is probably around about 60,000 words. I have a map, so I list all the things I want to talk about within the book. I list all my characters, and I list at what point I want them to come into the story. I don't necessarily stick to it. It's not exactly a rigid thing, but it helps me stay focused on where I'm going with the book. Thank you, Emma. It has been so long. Hugs to you and your little baby. So cute. And hopefully when I'm next in Southport, I'll give you a bell and come for a coffee with you. So yeah, writer's block is, I know it's an issue for some people where you hit a brick wall, but I'd say pre-organisation before you sit down to start writing is absolute key to not getting writer's block. I mean, the Ancient Ones, you know, it took me 18 months to write the Ancient Ones, and I decided to be very good to myself with that book and do myself a map, because it starts out as just a horror story, and I knew I was going to add erotica in there because it's a natural progression for me to do that. And then it took on a fantasy element, and that to me was different. And so it made me go back through the horror bit and change a few things and mess around with the chapter layout, and inject more personality into certain characters that I had intended on being a side character, get a mention, and that would be it. But yeah, so even though it took me a long while to write it, when I got to the end, I was thankful that I'd done that map and that structure beforehand. And when releasing a book, I think it's very important to give it to beta readers. And I am fortunate to have a mixed bag of beta readers. You know, I have people who just want a review, so that they'll wait for maybe a final edition. I have people who just read and want to review, but also give me feedback. And I have other authors, which are the hardest critics, but they are absolutely crucial. I prefer the harder critic than anything else. Vince, do you have a big chalkboard where you connect the characters and storylines and stuff? No, but I wish I did. I have mood boards, if you like, where I do a montage. Like, I used a lot of imagery for the Ancient Ones. So I got a load of pictures from Google, from stock sites such as Big Stock and Shutterstock and Adobe. So I actually could see my characters, you know, and I'll post a montage of the mood board for the Ancient Ones that I kept looking back on, and I used it as my screen, a wallpaper on my monitor. So every time I sat down in the morning and I sat down on my coffee, I could sit there and look at these people or look at these characters and think, where am I going to go today with them? So, well, funny you should mention Substories, because another thing that was different with the ancient ones was I wanted a grander plot that could be that makes it part of the Gigas Guardians collection. So I have certain characters that are going to be in the next Gigas Guardian book, and I have subplots that will be more elaborated in future books. And you know, Brian was very kind when he gave me feedback over the edition he received. I wanted to know more about the gods. So even though I hadn't planned on doing any more with the gods and goddesses, I thought it was a very good idea to maybe give these characters their own story to add to the ancient ones as a whole cohesive project. Because I have a lot of footnotes about Druanta and Belinos and Voan and Arianahad and Serranus. I think that's how you pronounce it, Serranus. These are the names of the characters, and they're actually Britain's native gods. I haven't read many stories over the years featuring Britain's native gods, and I'm all about UK history. I love history in general. I like American history, so it was good to explore ancient Britain in that context. And yeah, Vince, you've got some really good questions. I'm enjoying your questions. So we've got 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to have to say bye-bye. And my cats, if you hear cat, I've got 5 cats, and one of them's meowing at me. Probably thinks I'm crazy because it must sound like I'm talking to myself. That's the end of the coffee. So 10 more minutes and we'll wrap up. Bear with me, people. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to see, this is the Curse of Mary. Look at that. That's on me. Okay, Brian. Love you so, so much. Thank you for everything you do for me. And hopefully, this is a prize for Andrew Tukowski. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I got that wrong. And I'm supposed to be sending it out to him, but due to lack of funds, because I've recently changed my circumstances and my money has rapidly gone to the dogs. So as soon as I get an injection of cash, I will be sending the prize out to him, and I will be able to send out books to my betas, actually print copies of the books. So please go buy the books, people. It all helps me. And the more you buy, the more books I can write, and yeah, we can enjoy conversations like these. Vince, I know I ask a lot of questions, but I'm interested. I love being asked questions, Vince. I think you've had some fantastic questions. Did or do you have an end novel and are working backwards with these? No, I don't. Not yet. I want the Gigas Guardians to be at least 6 books. That's my business plan as far as this collection goes. Because the Curse of Mary, I only planned it to be a standalone book, and then my beloved readers said, "No, we want more. Please do more. Please, please, please do more." So I wrote the prequel because I didn't feel like I was experienced enough to continue a sequel. So I thought I'll write a prequel, give the characters that got mentioned a bit of a backstory. I do plan on writing a 3rd book for the Curse of Mary, and I know some people are going to watch this video, hear that, and go, yes, because they just love Izisti and they love Mary and the entire series. So I hadn't even planned on doing that as a series, but I listen to my readers and I take note of how they're feeling about certain aspects of books, and I try and encourage myself to focus on the direction they've given me. So the Gigas Guardians, I would like to be a 6-book series. I've already started the 2nd book and put it on hold to write the Queen of the Druids, a novella, just because I felt I needed to honour my betas for a start off, and secondly because I absolutely love the characters in the Ancient Ones. I really enjoyed working with them and writing them, and I wasn't ready to say goodbye to those characters yet in the combination that they were in. I thought once I got to the end of writing the main book, I would never put those characters in the same combination again. However, you know, the one, Brian, who I absolutely adore, said he wanted to know more about the deities. I thought that's all I need to pick up those characters again and inject them into another story, because as I absolutely adore those characters, and I hope people who read the Ancient Ones are going to adore them just as much. Vince, I was wondering if your readers' opinions changed the course of the character's life. Occasionally, very occasionally. Were a character like Izisti? No, because he was predetermined all along from the start of the book, the main book, and I have a very firm character with Izisti, so I wouldn't change anything about him. But I let the characters speak for themselves. I've always said it's like clairvoyance. When I sit down to write, it pours out of me, and then when I read back on it, it's like somebody else wrote it. I can't believe that sometimes that those words came from me. So the characters seem to determine themselves. Endings, I take into account what readers have said, because sometimes it's good to listen to them, and other times it's good to play with them, and you know, throw a twist in there that they weren't expecting. but I do very, very much take my readers' opinions into consideration all the time. But I wouldn't necessarily kill off a character just because the readers didn't like them. And I wouldn't not kill a good character that they loved just because. The story would have to just take on that course. And if a beloved character ended up dead, well, I want to make my readers weep in that case. It's just got to be done. Because reading a book's got to be an experience that, you know, when you sit down and read a book, you open up a world. Vince, do you ever envision the look on your reader's face when you... Yes, I do. Very much so. I want to take my readers through an emotional trip. So they're going to feel happy, or they're going to feel sad, or they're going to feel shocked, or they're going to be scared, or they're going to think, oh, hell no, that just happened. I want my readers to do that. I wish I could watch them reading the book for the first time. See, that's what my readers should do. I'm going to get my Darklings to film their do a reaction video. If any of you's got know-how of editing, just edit those parts where you read something you thought, wow. She didn't. She did. 5 minutes, people. I really enjoyed your questions, Vince. I hope you come on to the other videos that I'm going to do. I've got 3 more videos leading up to the release of the Ancient Ones. I will be doing a video on release day. So that'll be on July 14th. And I'll be doing giveaways, and I'll be doing prizes. And yeah, there'll be blog posts, there'll be email blasts. So don't forget to follow my blog and share. I mean, I wonder if anybody's interested in me uploading short stories to the blog. Let me know. Because I'll be very interested in knowing if you'd like to read some freebies. Everybody likes a freebie, don't they? Hope that answered your question, Vince. Are you a writer, Vince? Are you an author or a reader? Or both? All authors are readers. Vince, I know you're winding down. This is the first video I've seen of it. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome, Vince. As I say, I'm going to be doing 3 more over the next coming weeks with a grand finale. I'll probably the one on release day, I'll probably play it by ear and be on for as long as people want to watch, I suppose. You just read it. But you know what? Just reading's important because, you know, for me personally, just somebody picking up one of my books and enjoying them, that is more than I can ask for. if you take the time to review, that's appreciated. If you take the time to follow me and read the blog, because my writing's all over the blog. Every bit of that is me. I do a weekly post on the blog, which is more about me as a person and as an author. But I try to make it more about lifestyle and just pick topics up from how can I get on your blog. I'll tell you what, I will link the blog as soon as I come off here, or if you go, as soon as the video is finished, if you go onto my page, there's tons of posts with my links on. But I will post it and tag you in the post if that's okay. I always ask permission before tagging, because it drives me crazy when people tag me in stuff and add me into groups that have nothing to do with me. So I always ask permission. So if I'm okay to tag you, I will link my blog to you. And I often ask people, if you want me to cover a certain topic on my weekly posts, then I will. If you think I should feature an author, please send me the details and I will contact them and ask them if they want to feature on my blog. Also, let me know if you want any free short stories on there, and I will happily oblige. Thank you, Vince. I will definitely get on that. So as soon as the video ends, I'll send you the books and I will message you. And we are hitting the hour. We're 2 minutes over the hour. So I'm going to love you and leave you before people get sick of me talking. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. And I've enjoyed you, Vince. I've enjoyed you, Brian, Scott, Chloe, Piper, everybody who's joined in. If I miss, Lena, I love speaking to Lena. I think you're all awesome, and thank you for being a part of my life.